Hi there and happy Friday. Have you ever been disappointed? That's what I want to talk about in today's vlog. I'm Dwayne, and today I want to talk about disappointment and what to do with it. I've recently had a very exciting thing happen to me that kind of fell through, and I found myself disappointed. And I got thinking about a quote from the late, great Jim Rohn, who is one of my favorite speakers, who said, "You must learn to discipline your disappointment." And when I first heard that, I didn't really understand what Rohn was talking about. And over the last few days, I've had some opportunity to think about it. And I wanted to talk about that today because I think I've started to understand what he meant. And really the gist of it is turning your disappointments to things that happen to you in a way that you weren't expecting, or you get a different outcome, or somebody who you expected to behave in one way behaves in the complete opposite way. Those things all create disappointment in you. And a lot of us will take those disappointments and use them as an excuse not to move forward, or we'll carry it around as baggage, or we'll get mired in them so that our forward progression to whatever our goal is will stop. And it can be a big goal, it can be a little goal, but letting our disappointment stop us is really a waste. And what Rohn is talking about is turning it into an opportunity instead of keeping it as an anchor to hold you in place. And there's really a couple of great ways that you can learn to discipline your disappointment so that you can actually move on. And the first step I would suggest is to feel that disappointment. It's really there to teach you something and to give you some direction. So it's important to experience it. It's also important not to experience it forever. Feel it for a very short period of time, an hour, half an hour, 10 minutes, 5 minutes. As you go along, you'll learn to shorten those periods of feeling the disappointment, but understanding that feeling. The second step in that process is to look at the goal that you had, whether it be to accomplish something or get something done, or to obtain something, or to have some kind of an interaction with somebody. Reevaluate the goal that surrounds that, and ask yourself, is it really worth my time to do this? And if it is, then go on to the next step of this process, which is looking for, what am I supposed to learn in this? What am I supposed to get out of this failure to reach the goal in this attempt? And by failure, I don't mean that you've done anything bad, or that you're not a good person. It's just one step in the process where it gives you an opportunity to step back, look what happened, look at the steps you'd taken, and see if some needed to be reevaluated. And that brings me to the fourth point. Once you've kind of looked for the learnings in that, putting those learnings into motion. So what options do I have to take a different path towards this goal, or to change the steps in the process, to rearrange them, to try something different so that you can take another attempt at this goal. And there's a couple of really good examples of this process in motion. Thomas Edison is really well known for developing the first feasible light bulb, the first light bulb that worked for a long period of time and was an economical option. And a lot of people don't know, but it took him thousands and thousands of tries to get to that light bulb. He tried tons and tons of different things. And after the first 100, he could have been disappointed and said, you know what, this is not going to happen. I'm going to stop working on this. But it was really important to him to get the light bulb put together so that it would work and he could market it. And so what he did is he stepped back and he said, okay, what can I learn from all of these trials that didn't work? And then he looked for new options, and eventually, after several thousand attempts at creating a light bulb, he did. And so now he's really well known for creating the light bulb. So that's one example of turning a disappointment into an opportunity for disciplining your disappointment. Another example is the people who have who have climbed to the top of Mount Everest. Almost all the time, there's weather problems. There's problems with the people who are on the climb's health. There's all kinds of things. And so quite often what happens is the climbers will make an attempt at the summit, and then they will come back to their base camp to regroup and try again the next day. And that's how almost everybody has gotten to the summit of Everest. It's never been really an easy climb for many people who have gotten to the summit. And that's kind of a big example, but it's the same as our disappointments in our own lives. The thing that happened for me that was disappointing is there was a really great opportunity that kind of fell into my lap and slipped away from me. And that was really disappointing because it could have changed a lot of things for myself and my family. And I could have sat there and been really disappointed for a long period of time. I could have stopped in my tracks and said, well, that's not going to happen. But what it actually gave me the opportunity to do after I let it kind of soak in for a little while is to say, you know what, that goal is still really important to me. There's got to be other paths to get there. What can I learn from what I just experienced? And I've learned some great things from that. And now I'm starting to look at other options for getting there. And it's become very empowering instead of being disappointing, instead of being something that I will drag with me, even allow to hold me back like an anchor. It's become very empowering. There's lots of different ways to get to what we want. And the last step in that process is to try again. If it's a really important goal for you, try it again. Try a whole bunch of different ways until you get there. And those who persist will definitely get there if they keep trying. So that's what I wanted to talk about today, disciplining your disappointment, how important that is for everybody. And I encourage you to give it a try. Next time something happens that makes you feel disappointed, that makes you feel like a victim, like something that might hold you back, go through those steps, feel it, reevaluate that goal to make sure it's really important. Look for the learnings, look for the options, and then try again. And I'm sure that you'll get there. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it. Like the video if you did like it. Share it with people who you think might have some value out of it. And subscribe to the channel so you can see what's coming up next. I do put out 2 videos every week. On Tuesday, I talk about my family's journey through postpartum depression, what we learned, what we grew through that with. And on Fridays, I do my video blog, just like this one. Thank you again for watching, and we will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.